It's like, we're just going to keep rolling with it because what can we do at this point, right? It was really an amazing experience having Ms. Guzman be a part of our classroom for the past 3 months. The highlight of today was the fact that I had the students play a Kinect 4 math review game. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the start of another week in my classroom. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mariely Sanchez, and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Florida. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Right now, I'm getting ready to welcome my students in to start our Monday and get our day going, and I can't wait to share what we end up doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you soon. All right, everyone, it's now the end of the day, and it's been an incredible Monday, or actually like an unexpected Monday. So earlier this morning, power went out in our area, and that was interesting to be in a school when the power goes out. Luckily, our generator kicked in, so we have partial power, and then we were able to continue throughout the day, and then the power came back on. We didn't lose it for that long, and now the students have just been dismissed. And we lost power again. So right now I have very minimal light in my classroom because the generator came back on. But check it out. Not all of the lights turn on. So I have that light on and those lights are not on. So that's a little dark corner there in my library area. But that's what we're dealing with right now. Come on in, Ms. Guzman. We're like exploring the school when the power is out. We're not gonna stay here too long.
I don't know what's happening.
We don't know what's happening. It's like power is out. AC hasn't been completely fixed. It's like, we're just gonna keep rolling with it because what can we do at this point, right? But other than that, it was a really good day. The students started working on their Funky Bunny art that I had my students last year do. And I'll show you my example. And I can't show you the website because the power is out. So I'll show you, hopefully tomorrow, the website where I got the resource from. It's a free resource. But the way I'm tying it to the curriculum is they're going to be writing a bunny limerick and attaching it to their bunny once they're done. So we did that. They took a reading test from the reading unit that Ms. Guzman taught them last week. And then we continued with our math packet for review, and we started a new topic in science, which is topic 5 on energy, how humans use energy. So we were just talking today about renewable energy resources. And then tomorrow we'll talk about the impacts that humans have on the environment when we use different kinds of energy. And that's all I have for you today. Sorry, it's a very short Monday, but unexpected Monday. All right, I'm going to sign off now, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. So I just got into the classroom. I set up something for Ms. Guzman, which I'll show you real soon. And after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put on my makeup and eat some breakfast because the kids will be in this morning in a few minutes. We have a schedule change. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, instead of having PE from 12 to 1, which is right after lunch, we're not going to have it in the morning from 9:30 to 10:30. So that is a new change for today and for the rest of the school year on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let me show you what I put together for Ms. Guzman. So this morning, I got Ms. Guzman some beautiful pink tulips, a card, and another pink plant. This one is called the polka dot plant, and I thought it was super, super cute. So I'm hoping that she's going to love this when she comes in this morning. Now I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the day, and let's see what we end up doing. And just like that, my makeup is done, but it's actually the end of the day right now. It was the first day, like I mentioned before, that I had PE in the morning, so it was a nice hour in the morning kind of planning time. So I was able to do a couple things, including copies. And Ms. Guzman ended up observing a 3rd grade and a 5th grade teacher today. Actually, 2 3rd grade teachers. She'll tell you a little bit more about it. We're going to do a quick reflection time with Ms. Guzman. It will be our last reflection time with Ms. Guzman, but it has to be quick because she has to leave soon because she needs to go to the university to finish up on her paperwork for graduation. Very exciting stuff. All right, and she absolutely loved the flowers and things that I left for her this morning, so it's all very nice. Okay, let's go talk to her now.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to our very last reflection time
With Miss Guzman. It's bittersweet.
It is so bittersweet.
Yes. I spent these last 2 days going to different classrooms, and it was very nice to see how other teachers teach and the other grade levels and see what it is that they were doing. I did first, second, third, and fifth because I'm observing a fourth grade class. In first grade, I thought it was really cute because they're all about learning things with songs and drawings, so that was really cute. There was a teacher who she has a song even to tell the numbers on the calendar and to show them patterns and sequence. Like she would sing to them, and they all sang the whole class together. So I'm just cute.
That is adorable.
It's the cutest thing.
Yeah.
I love it. And then we're learning about diphthongs and all that stuff. And then for second grade, it was a gifted second grade class, so they were playing this game that exercised parts of your brain that you usually don't exercise, like kind of like what Sudoku does.
Nice.
Right? So it was a game called Cubics, and that game, it shows a picture. She showed a picture on the projector about how the cubes needed to look like. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can Google it or find it in your Target. Maybe.
I'll link it down below.
Cubics. Yeah, and they have to match that picture, but it's actually harder than I thought it was. Like, some are easy, but some are really hard. And I felt like I was playing that game, like, are you smarter than a fifth grader, but it's for a second grader? Because these kids, like, they would solve it in, like, a minute, and I'm still trying to figure out less than half of the picture, but yeah, it was fun. And then
Today she observed third and fifth grade.
yes. And the third grade class, I was really curious what a portfolio was.
In Florida, the third graders take a portfolio, which is an alternative for getting promoted to fourth grade if they don't get a passing level in their Florida Standards Assessment.
Yeah, and I've never seen it before, so I really enjoyed seeing that because I always heard that portfolio, and it's such a big thing, but I had no idea. And there's many ways. There's either through a portfolio or through the FSA or through the iReady that they passed. I didn't know there was 3 ways. So yeah, I got to learn what that was, which was very interesting, and also just talk to other teachers and see how, like, their point of views and what I should be looking out for. And it was nice. So their third grade teacher, she was an ESOL teacher, and it was nice how she used a matching game, to have the class compare rays and definitions of rays, so the students would match up their index cards, and it was nice to see that.
Yeah, it's I have, who has. So she was telling me, like, one student had the actual picture of a ray, and they had to find their partner who had the word ray on their index card.
Yeah.
So I have this, who has, kind of thing. So that was very neat too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the fifth grade teacher, she was just showing them, like, the math things and trying to get them to understand. So that was nice to see because I also wasn't in a fifth grade class. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun for her to be able to observe all the other types of different grade levels to kind of get an idea, because she is for sure coming back next school year to our school.
Yay.
She doesn't know which grade level yet.
Yeah.
I'm hoping is 1 through 5, 6, so that she can be in this building, because our kindergarten is in a separate building.
Yeah.
So we're just going to hope it's here. I mean, she's been with me for, 3 months in 4th grade, so let's put her in one of those grade levels. We'll see.
So excited.
Who knows, right? And she just told me next week she's going to be back for substitute work. So we'll get to see her around.
Yeah.
She'll pop in and say hello in the video.
Yes. And I'm excited. I learned so much from the students, and the students were, like, saying that they'll miss me, but I'll miss them just as much.
It's so true. I don't know what we're going to do without you.
I know.
Starting tomorrow,
I got used to it. Honestly, I did.
I'm
I
used
got
to it
so
as well.
Used to it. Like, it's gonna be weird not.
So weird.
Coming here.
Because you were with us for a whole grading period.
Yeah.
A whole 4th of the school year.
A long time.
So tomorrow is my day 1 of getting used to being without Miss Guzman. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we're gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too. Thank you for the flowers and the stuff. It made me so happy. And
Yeah.
I love how everything is so pink.
Yeah, pink is her favorite color, so I make sure that everything was pretty much in that family.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been such a blessing having you here with us, and I'm glad that it was a good experience for you. It was a great experience for all of us. I've learned so much from you, so it's not just you learning from me. I've also learned so much from you, and we'll forever be a part of each other.
I know. Thank you so much. I love you.
You're welcome. I love you too.
You guys have a great person to be looking at and learn from, because I learned in a few months, but you know, you have a whole library
you're
of
making
videos.
me cry.
No. But it's awesome. It's awesome. Like, take advantage of the fact that she does amazing videos.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, they're as much as I can do right now. I'm sure I can improve upon some videos, but yeah. Yeah, but it was great. And she gave me a nice little notebook, and I read the message, and I'm like bawling. But thank you. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, you hear people say that, and we've spoken about this. You hear people say these positive things about you, and sometimes you don't even notice. Or sometimes it's hard for you to believe it, but then when you see someone actually write it, you're like, wow, they said that. I guess it must be true.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
It was all true.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm super humbled by all the beautiful words and the gesture, and I'm definitely going to keep that notebook in my bag. But I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Definitely stop by whenever you're in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
It was nice getting to read some of your comments, give you some of your advice. It was nice to be part of her videos and learn from you guys as well, because you guys did leave suggestions, and also thank you.
Pardon that interruption. That's what happens when you're in school. After school, they'll do announcements and stuff. But thank you so much. It is our last reflection time with Miss Guzman for this school year. Yeah. But next year, we'll follow her journey a little bit as she starts her first year teaching. So we'll do maybe monthly check-ins on her and see how she progresses as she goes in that first year teaching experience.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for everything, and I hope, you know, we prepared you enough. I hope so.
You have. You really have.
You can still ask questions.
And I'm glad I still get to come back and ask you stuff.
Yes, for sure. You have my number too, so text.
I'll be looking at your videos too.
There you go. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you again. And thank you, everyone, for coming along on our journey here.
Yeah.
My first student teacher, her student teaching experience.
Yeah.
Awesome, all around.
All right.
Bye for now until we meet again.
Oh, yeah. Well, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. And this was Reflection Time with
Miss Guzman.
Bye.
You all, she's gone. I'm so sad, but I'm happy, and I'm sad, and I'm happy, and I'm excited for her too. But it was really an amazing experience having Miss Guzman be a part of our classroom for the past 3 months. The students absolutely loved having her in the classroom, learning from her, getting lessons from her. I enjoyed learning from her as well. It was such an amazing experience, and I just wish her all the best. And she's part of our school family for next school year. And she's also going to take some jobs substituting starting next week in the school, so we'll see her from time to time. But she won't be in our classroom anymore. This like to me, it's kind of like hard to believe that she's not going to sit over here anymore. This was her last time sitting in her little space and desk area. But overall, it was such a great experience and opportunity to be her cooperating teacher, her mentor, and yeah, it's good. I feel like I'm about to cry. But I just wanted to tell you that today was a full day, jam-packed, full of stuff. And the students kept working on their Funky Bunny activity. And I'll show you my Funky Bunny because I couldn't show you yesterday because we lost power. So let me show you where I got it from. Let me show you my Funky Bunny that I have started decorating. I'm not done yet. And then once the students finish their Funky Bunnies, hopefully tomorrow, I can start showing you their creations. And today they started writing their limericks, and I wrote an example so that they can see the pattern of a limerick and some examples so that it can help them write their limerick. After that, we went ahead and did social studies, where the students continued working on their collage on how people of Florida have contributed to Florida. Let me show you that really quickly because they're still a work in progress. Most of them are done. Some of them just need to finish really quickly. I have one group that haven't finished yet, but hopefully tomorrow they get to wrap it up. But here it is. So again, these are Post-it note papers that the students got, and they had the outline of the person. I kind of showed this, maybe it was last week. And this is the European Americans. They're not done yet. They decided to just fill the outline of the person with symbols that represent what they contributed. This is the African Americans, and they look like they're almost pretty much done. These are the Asian Americans, and they're showing what they are also contributing. Here are the Native Americans, and here are the Hispanic Americans. And basically, once they are done, they're going to present and go over the contributions of each group. Now here is the Funky Bunny template. Now the template is empty like this with the spaces separated. And I just started filling in the spaces with different patterns. I go over Zentangles and I just tell the students to just choose patterns and just start filling in the spaces. And then they started writing their limerick. This is my limerick example. There once was a bunny named Sawyer who wanted to be a good lawyer. He got a big case but fell on his face. That embarrassed poor bunny named Sawyer. Now, once they're done with this, they'll cut it out and they'll get an eyeglass template so they can choose from 8 of these different designs. And they'll cut it out, they'll design it, and then they'll glue the Funky Bunny with the glasses and the little limerick on a piece of construction paper. So the limerick will go right on the bottom of the construction paper, and then we can put it on display, probably outside or in our classrooms. So that is the Funky Bunny activity. Let me show you the website where I got it from. So the website is called teacherstarter.com. If you just Google Funky Bunny Art, or Funky Bunny Teacher Starter, you'll get to this page, and you just have to create a free account. It's completely free. You can download it for free, but what's good is that you can show the students this simple video that shows the kids how to create their Funky Bunny. So that's basically the video that kind of shows them how to make it, how to put it together. And of course, I add the limerick so that I can attach it to my standards. I chose the limerick because we are currently in April, which is also Poetry Month, and it also goes over the language arts standards for poetry so that the students know the structure of poems. So I'm having the students do that. Now for math teachers, because I'm also a math teacher this year, I could have done it this way as well. You could have the students write a math word problem or word story that incorporates a standard or a skill that you want your students to go over, and maybe on the back of the index card or in the corner of the index card upside down, they can include the answer to the problem, or maybe they can pass it out to different classmates and have the classmates try to solve the problem and turn in their results as a way to check in that they make sure that they're participating and doing the activity. So those are the different options for modifying this strategy so that it's not just something that the students are creating, but you can attach a standard that you're going over in your curriculum. So that's what we did. And also for science, We were going over the impacts of using different kinds of energy in our environment. So that was really good. The students are going to take a test on that unit on Thursday. And for language arts, we started a new unit that goes over looking things up close, which is informational text, but it's also science-based because they were talking about electron microscopes and how we can see things up close, how they look like sugar crystals, how they look under an electron microscope, fingerprints. So it was really, really good. We did the shared read. We went over vocabulary. And for math, we were going over the FSA practice test so that they can get used to the different kinds of questions that they'll see on the real assessment, which they'll take in exactly 3 weeks. Reading is in 2 weeks, math is in 3 weeks. So that's what we did today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now just take you on to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday, everyone. It's early in the morning. I'm about ready to let the kids in. My makeup is half done, but I'll get to it later. I'll finish up all the other things I need to finish up. And I can't wait to share with you the highlights of today. But for now, let me let the kids in, and I'll see you soon. It's now the end of the day, and the highlight of today was the fact that I had the students play a Connect 4 math review game that I can't wait to share with you. It's an idea that I actually got from Brittany Root, aka Miss Fifth on Instagram. And basically I just put a digital Connect 4 board, which is just a table, which you're gonna see in a minute. I put it up in PowerPoint, I titled it Connect 4, and then I gave each team, which I had 5 teams, different color Post-its based on the color of their team. Now we continued using our FSA math review packet that we got from the FSA Assessments website, and we were working on session 2 today, which was about, I want to say 14 problems. And I went ahead and had the students complete the problems as a group. Once the whole group got the question right, I checked it. If they got it right, they got to put a Post-it on the Connect 4 table so that they can try to Connect 4 or block another team from getting Connect 4. If they got a Connect 4, I told them, see if you can get another one and keep going until everyone was done with the review packet. I have to say, it was very engaging. The students were really focused and doing the work. Yesterday, we were doing session 1, and I have to admit, it was boring. I could see that they were getting tired because it was in the afternoon, so I understand. So I made it a point today to make it a little bit more exciting and engaging. So this is how the board looks on the board, a board. As you can see, it is just a table. This is actually a 10 by 7, and I gave the teams. So red team got the pink Post-its, orange team got orange, green, blue, and purple. And you can see that both blue, orange, green, I believe, green, red. Actually, every team was able to get some kind of Connect 4 at least once. We did end up going outside of the grid because purple and red were not done yet and there were no more boxes. So I go, just put it outside the box and see what you can do. So that was my creative way of dealing with that and being flexible on the spot. But for the future, I will definitely make the grid bigger, maybe make it into 100 boxes or a little bit over 100 so that they have more spaces to be able to create Connect 4 connections. That was definitely a lot of fun, and I'd like to see the engagement. I was like so happy walking around the room, checking their answers and seeing that they were really trying to work hard on getting their questions answered and getting to the right answer. I did walk around, and if teams needed assistance, I was able to give them the assistance so they can think about the solution to the problem. So it was all a really good activity. In the morning, we worked out of wonders, and we actually read again our shared passage, which was all about electron microscopes and how they help us look closely at things that we see as small, but we can zoom in and really see the details in that. So we were working on writing a summary. But before we went into the summary writing part of it, I reviewed text structures, and I created on the board a tree map showing the 4 different text structures that the students are going to review. I asked them to give me keywords that went along with each text structure, so I used it as a review. And then I show them about how topic is related to main idea, which is related to summary, and then show them the structure of how to write their summaries on an index card that I provided for them. If they needed more space, they could just continue on the back. I'm going to show you my example and also the passage that they were reading so that you can see how we pieced it all together. What I did is I took a screenshot of the passage and I put it on my Active Inspire flip chart, and I was able to do annotations along with them. And I told them, if you annotate each paragraph and write a little bit about what each paragraph is about, you can get your details to support your main idea so you can write your summary. So let me show you that right now. This is the passage we were working on, which is an expository text, Your World Up Close. So we were definitely looking at those text features, including the photos and the captions and the boldface highlighted words. And we went over the entire passage and we read it yesterday. Today we did the second read for close reading. And this is the summary that I had the students work on. Actually, this is my example. They wrote their own. But basically, I just gave them an index card, very low prep. Just hand them the index card, have them write their name and their date, the title on the index card, which is Your World Up Close summary. And then I went ahead and I wrote my summary paragraph. So I started with my main idea, and then I added 3 detailed sentences about that. And I ended with a concluding sentence, which is, so what? What is the most important thing about this topic? Thanks to this technology, we can learn more about the micro universe that's all around us, which can lead to many helpful discoveries. So this is a reading grade so that they can go ahead and practice what they know about writing a summary, what a summary has, etc. That is our comprehension strategy that we're working on. And of course, we were reviewing our text structure of sequence. And the paragraph that definitely showed that sequence was this one right here: first, after, and then. And when we read the main selection tomorrow, they will be able to practice that text structure as well and look at other paragraphs and pages that also have examples of the other text structures. We're definitely working with expository text and antonyms. Let me show you the flip chart right now. Here is the picture of the pages from the textbook that I just put in our Active Inspire Studio flip chart. And I started doing the annotations with the students and looking at all the different types of information that we learned from the passage. And this is the second page. And the great thing is that I was reviewing how we find the main idea, which is either stated in the first sentence of the paragraph, the last sentence of the paragraph, or it is implied. So we have to use our inferencing skills to figure out what the main idea is. And if it's a long passage, the main idea is usually found either at the first paragraph or in the last paragraph, which is what happened in this case, is the very last sentence of the whole passage is the main idea. And these are the rest of the annotations that we made together on the board to give the students a sense of the details that they could include in their summary. I just went ahead and updated our Kinect 4 board. Now it is a 100 board, so it's a 10 by 10 grid. And I added some little circle decorations. And when we go to play show, it shows nice and big on the board. Let me show you on our Promethean. That looks really neat up here on the board in the front of the class. So it'll be ready to go the next time we are ready to review our math concepts or reading concepts, and we can play a nice game of Kinect 4 for our review. And I can't wait to use this again with the students. I love it. I also wanted to show you the progress for our funky bunnies. This is my example. I haven't been able to finish the decorations of it, but I did do the glasses, and I was showing the students how to put it on their construction paper. So basically I told them to make sure the ears are at the top but not overlapping the page. And then the limerick that they wrote on their index card will go right underneath their bunny, and their glasses will be glued right on top of the bunny. And that is how the finished product will look. Obviously mine needs more patterns on it, but that's basically an idea of how it's gonna be. I did put 5 of them outside on display, so let me show you those right now. These are the funky bunnies that are outside of our classroom on display. I will show you the poems in a moment. Their names are on their poems, so I'm trying to protect their privacy. So here are the poems. So these are the different limericks that the students wrote, so that you can see how they're connecting the bunny to the limerick and having a fun time writing a silly, funny limerick. So those are the funky bunnies that are out on display right now. The last thing I wanted to show you was my new lesson planner. I spoke about it in my last vlog, but I actually started writing in it. So I want to show you how my lesson plans look this week. And I'm already planning for next week. Now, obviously, I will be typing these up and also having them digitally, but I really am loving planning this way and just having some fun with color coding as well. You'll see what I mean. This is the planner that I featured last week that I got from Amazon. It is by Peter Popper Press, and it was less than $10. I absolutely love it. And I'm using my Stabilo mini pens that you can also get on Amazon. I got mine from Riley Rose, which is a store in my local mall. And here is the lesson plan spread for this week. I went ahead and I color-coded my Do Now. I color-coded reading, language arts, math, science, and social studies. And I added some reminders for myself here at the bottom. The ones that are crossed out are days that we don't really teach those subjects. And this week on Friday, we have a teacher planning day. So I make sure I put that there. And what I'm doing here in a note section is I'm actually reflecting on each of these subjects so that I know for next time. And I also wrote down the homework for the subjects that had homework assigned to them. So that is how this week's lesson plans look. And here are next week's lesson plans. I went ahead and I put Earth Day because Monday is Earth Day. I put some reminders here and I already started planning out my week for next week. I'm done with math and science and pretty much social studies. I just have to look something up to continue adding here. But I know that I'm introducing chapter 10, which is on famous Floridians. And I also need to figure out what I'm exactly going to do with language arts next week since I'm doing my Reading Detectives agency as our FSA practice for reading. If you don't know what FSA stands for, that is for Florida Standards Assessment, which is our state assessment. So yeah, I'm loving this so much. I was experimenting on different types of lettering over here as well. So for this week, I use more script. And then for next week, I use more like hash blocked lettering in a way. But I think the following week, I'm just going to stick to the script. I really love it. It's so pretty. This one is definitely faster to write than this one, but it is so pretty. And I really love it. I'll be sure to link this planner down below if you're interested. Again, it's less than $10 by the time I got it, but you know that Amazon sometimes fluctuates their prices. And I'll also link this down below as well. Since this week is a short week and we are finishing off the week tomorrow on Thursday, I'm not going to split the vlog into two separate vlogs for this week because Friday is a teacher planning day and I'm opting. That means I'm taking off. So I will actually continue this vlog tomorrow. So I will like to move you on to Thursday. Good morning, everyone. It is now Thursday. I'm about to let the kiddos in a minute or two. And I was just informed that our PE is canceled for this morning. This is the week that we have the new schedule, as I mentioned on Tuesday. And our PE is usually from 9:30 to 10:30 with this new schedule. But the coach is not going to be here today. And because we share her with another school, she's only here for half a day. And it's hard to get a substitute for just half of the school day. So I'm going to make sure I work my schedule in a way that I incorporate brain breaks and just incorporate engagement and movement throughout the day because they're going to be in the classroom all day except lunch. So, and that's including for myself too. So my only break today will be lunch and I have lots of grading to do and lots of different things to get ready for next week when I do my Reading Detectives agency. So let's see how the day goes. I'll be sure to share any highlights for today and we'll see. All right, see you later. It's now the end of the day and it has been a long, exhausting day. I am so tired and I'm so happy. I'm gonna have a 3-day weekend and tomorrow I'm opting. It is a teacher planning day, but if we came in 2 days before the school year started, we worked for free on those 2 days, but we are able to take teacher planning days, some teacher planning days as opt days. So tomorrow is actually my last opt day for me to take for this school year. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna write my prospectus for my dissertation, which is coming because I need to get that done. But wow, the behaviors today were challenging. I'm starting to rethink my behavior management system. Some of the things that I've tried in the past, I haven't been able to be as consistent with, and I just need to be able to address certain behaviors like the interruptions, the talking without permission, like we're having a conversation and then part of the class starts having side conversations and then that gets into it and then they'll start talking about different things and that gets us off topic. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened today, along with the blurting out and interruptions. So we are going to think this weekend, by we, I mean me, about the strategies that I need to employ so that we can have a more smooth going class. So we don't have that many distractions because that interrupts the learning that is taking place in the classroom. Thinking about what I'm going to do. But we ended up reading today the main selection, A Drop of Water, was really great. Because there were so many interruptions, we had to stop reading out loud and have the students just finish reading the story silently and then take their selection test. We went over the vocabulary before they did their selection test. And then we continued practicing our FSA math review in our math packet. We didn't get to the questions that we needed because they actually needed a little bit more time to do their selection test, more than the 30 minutes I thought that they could finish it in. So that took a little bit. But we did do the Kinect for it. I did use the updated version that I showed you yesterday, which I'll show you again. This morning, we kind of had a smooth morning because there was no PE. So they had to finish work, their Funky Bunnies. They had to finish their daily language arts warm-up. They also had to finish their homework because I did give them study hall this morning. And they needed to also work on Sudoku, which we did. And I showed them some strategies and I showed them how to find it because some of them were getting frustrated. But once I went over it, it started to make sense again. So that was basically our morning. And I had to stop and do a lesson on growth mindset because a lot of them were so frustrated because they couldn't do the Sudoku that they were giving up. So I needed to have a little mini lesson on that. So I showed them a neat little drawing by hand doodle for kids, showing them what growth mindset was. And then I went into Class Dojo and I did the growth mindset videos that are there. There's 3 very short videos with some discussion questions following them. So that's what we did. All right, let me show you the Kinect board because I do have to take a picture of it because we need to continue on Monday. Here is the Kinect board that I had updated yesterday. This is the one that we used with the 100 grid. And as you can see, the students started putting their Post-its. I have to review the rules for this because they are putting them not connected. Like it's okay if they put them here, but the following ones need to be connected to that, or they need to be connected to some other ones that are already placed on the board. And I also need to make sure I only have one student at the board at a time, because if not, it gets too crazy. So, but today it was a lot better because the students were much quieter than yesterday. They were raising their hands. I told them if you're yelling or calling out my name, I'm not going to go to your team, so that you need to just raise your hands so that I can go by and check your answers. And I needed to stop by some teams to make sure that they all understood why the answer was that answer. So if I needed to give one-on-one assistance to some students to help them understand the process, then I did that. All right. I'm a very exhausted teacher, and there really isn't anything else that I need to share with you. But I'm going to call it a day. I'm very tired. I'm going to wrap up my things. I'm going to look at what I need to make copies of and get that done. So I'm going to finish the vlog right here. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this 4-day vlog. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.